As you might have noticed in the video Shed's Dilemma and Another Bad Day for Sir Handel, the engines looked sorta different. That's because, after watching this video by NWR81, I got inspired to make my own mods. You should give it a watch, by the way, link in description. Thank you for the idea. Anyway, I'm gonna look at the Skarloey engines in numeric order and just talk about them. Yeah, let's do that. First off, Skarloey, number 1. A while ago, I tried out a mod on some of these engines in the video so top of the Skarloey, and while I did kinda like the mod, the problem was that it always came off very easily. So much that by the next episode, I decided to drop it. But my solution was just to take this wire and glue it on. More stable standing, and doesn't come off easily. So I made Skarloey's handrails and head crest. As for the coal, I used some charcoal and smashed it up, and I got some coal for the bunkers. Weathered them down with black paint and voila! The modified Skarloey. Next up is Renes, and it's pretty much the same story. Smashed up charcoal, poured on glue on top of the bunker, then weathered them up. Not much to say here, but that is a long coal bunker. Unlike Sir Handel, whose bunkers are probably the smallest. Another mod with handrails and this little bar across the front. There's not enough room on Sir Handel's front to have anything standing up, so I just glued the wire across. Simple as. Coal and weathering, and Sir Handel was ready to dangle off a cliff. I mean work on the rails. Peter Sam has no handrails or anything like that, but I did try painting windows and the hole on Peter Sam's back. Sir Handel has it too, but I don't want to try this again. I have very shaky hands and it makes it harder to paint circles, but it worked out decently enough. And I was going to add windows to all the engines who don't have any, but this one sort of psyched me out, so I didn't follow through. Now Rusty was the simplest, just weathering. Not a steam engine, so he doesn't need coal, just grimy oil. Duncan had the biggest transformation. He went from a nice, bright yellow to a dirty, grimy, is that even yellow anymore? Now I guess he does have something to complain about. I might go back and take off a little bit of grime, but for right now I'm happy with it. Mighty Mac was sort of annoying. Wasn't hard in the slightest, but I so desperately wanted to put coal on it, because Mighty Mac don't have any coal bunkers. So all I did was weather it, and it was done. Now Duke and Bella I'll do together because they're the only two Tinder engines. For these, I debated taking off the plastic coal and gluing on charcoal, or just gluing the charcoal on top. Ultimately, I'm glad I decided to glue it on top because it adds a lot of dimension. I feel like if I had done it the other way, the coal would look too flat. Glued on the handrails onto Duke, and of course, weathering. I'll also go into a little bit of backstory for Bella. Not too much though, as I don't want to spoil future stories. Two vacationers from Pennsylvania, two very much attuned with mechanic vacationers, went to Britain and found an interest in the Great Northern Railway Emily. This was before she came to Sodor. And very much impressed by the engine, when they came home, they designed and had built an almost replica of the Stirling single to work on the Pennsylvanian narrow gauge railway of East Broad Top. And thus, Bella was born. That's the canon reason, but the real reason is because I noticed a lack of female characters on the Skarloey Railway and decided to make one, and all I had available was Emily. Now, for the newest little engine who debuted in the last episode, Natalie! Natalie is an industrial engine and I wanted to reflect that. I used Thomas Wood Nia and clay to make it look like a Vale of Rydal narrow gauge engine. And yes, she is a Great Western engine. Between Bella and Natalie, I semi-wanted to go for monograr colors, why Bella is green and Natalie is purple, and why the both of them have yellow accents. Just a little fun fact. I really wanted to make Natalie dirty because she's a hard-working industrial engine, one who hardly gets the chance to pull passengers. So, those were all my mods. I hope you enjoyed this video, just wanted to show off my mods. Again, this idea spawned from NWR81, so go over to his channel and subscribe. Though I don't think I'd have to tell you to do that because he's bigger than me, but still. Quick disclaimer, the next video may take a while to come out because my Natalie voice actor got a bit sick, so I'm letting her recover a bit. Thank you for understanding and have a good one. No, Rusty was the simplest. Just weathering.